Hello and welcome back to the Solano College Sports Network. It's a special night here in Fairfield, California at Rodriguez High School, as it is opening night for the Rodriguez Mustangs, where they will be defending their home field tonight against the Freemont Tigers. My name is Drew Kirby, and alongside me, Holden Beers and Mason Flores for tonight's game. The Mustangs are coming off a respectable season going 7-4. Holden, what are you looking for out of them in tonight's ball game?
Well, yeah, like you said, Rodriguez had a solid season last year, going 7-4, winning 3 of their 5 conference games, only losing to Vanden and Vaca High. But with the shuffling of teams in the Monticello Empire League, they're looking to make a strong push to be league winners this season. They're led by their senior quarterback, Dylan Burke, who had a strong junior year last year with 21 touchdowns and only 8 interceptions, along with 1,500 total passing yards and 200 rushing yards. And they're also led by, on defense, number 2, Marcy Ciez. He's a senior captain and had 60 total tackles last season with 5 interceptions, led the team in tackles as well. So look for him to have a huge impact in today's game.
Yeah, definitely very excited for Dylan Burke to start off his senior campaign. We'll see what he does against the Fremont Tigers tonight. Mason, what can you tell us about this Tigers team?
Well, Fremont is hoping to start out the gates, blasting out a gun. They're going to be running a lot of spread offense, and they're going to blitz a lot. They run a lot of 4-3 base on defense, and the player to watch is going to be their quarterback, number 11, big quarterback. And it's his first game of the year, and he's hoping to do some big things this year.
Yes, sir. Very excited for the Fremont Tigers. We'll see if they can put up a fight against Rodriguez tonight. Kickoff is just a couple minutes away, but first, a message from our sponsors, James Thomas Media, your one-stop shop to all your video production needs. Alright, and with the national anthem just ending, we are just moments away from kickoff. This Tigers team, they've had a couple of ups, but realistically, it's been a lot of downs. They are looking to get this season started with a W.
Yeah, I'm looking for Fremont to just try and spread the field out. They're going to run the ball to start off. They're going to try and get their quarterback, Henry Reed, going early. They're going to try and start off the gates hot and ready because they want a fresh start to the season. They were 1-9 last year. They only had 20 points one time last year, and it wasn't a great season last year. They want to start off fresh.
And I expect them to try and come out doing a lot of different stuff that you normally don't see from normal football, especially on the offensive end, because Rodriguez most likely is going to come out with an all-man defense, blitzing a lot, trying to put pressure on Henry Reed.
Yeah, most definitely. We will see what type of formations they come out with. And for this Fremont team, it is Henry Reed at quarterback. Not a lot of players on this team. It should be noted that this JV team for Fremont did not show up. It's a very small team for the Tigers, so they are going to have their work carved out for them for tonight's game. It looks like we are almost ready. A couple of players still coming on the field. And credit to the Mustangs for showing out, really. I mean, this is a pretty big crowd for their first game. It looks like an all-black.
Especially for a non-league game as well.
Yeah. They're definitely bringing the energy. It's a blackout game. The fans and the supporters are out and about, and the players look fired up and ready to play.
And I think it's important for them to really make a statement in the opening game for the season because they're looking to be league winners this year. And if you lose the opening game of the season, you won't have a lot of confidence going into your next few games. and they only have 4 games, and then they start league play.
Here comes the band. They're going to start playing their songs. Mustang crowd on their feet. The sun is coming down. High school football is officially upon us.
Look for a possible onside kick here from Fremont to start the game.
So for the kick, it will be Anderson Reyes. Back.
That was nearly a penalty there.
Yeah.
It looked like to me it was out of the 1, but the referee will call it a touchback. It is very windy. Keep that in mind. Very windy, blowing to the left of the field.
Burke does have a very tight spiral, so it might not affect him as much when it comes to the passing game. But Rodriguez does like to run the ball as well. So look for a read option with Burke, as he's a running quarterback as well.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Holden. Last year, Coach King, he was very notorious for running the ball very early on, and then as the game progresses, kind of implementing some of that play action. So we'll see how they start this game off. Dylan Burke will hand it off, and this will get a couple yards and more. It's just outside of the 30.
That was some great speed shown there by number 17, Samuel Hall, on the jet sweep.
Great pre-snap movement by Rodriguez early in the game, trying to get their players nice and warmed up and ready to play.
First play, first down. That's a great way to start the game.
It is, and potentially a sign for what this game will have to offer. Dylan Burke again, another handoff. And this one doesn't go as far.
On the Fremont sideline, you could hear them all yelling, grab the ball, grab the ball. They want to force turnovers against this Rodriguez offense because they know they might be a little outmatched skill-wise. Turnovers are a way to beat teams that are better than you.
Absolutely, Holden.
So 2nd and 10. Burke drops back. Gonna fire it up the middle, but a bit too high for number 1, Jermaine Missouri, his number 1 target.
When it comes to the passing game, that's what they're gonna look to do all game today, as Missouri's a tall receiver compared to these shorter cornerbacks for Fremont, and Burke's got a pretty good arm to throw downfield.
Yeah, and I definitely think that's a key factor for tonight for Rodriguez to win this game. Looking at that depth chart, I mean, some of these corners are listed at 5'3", 5'5". It's a small team, a young team at that. Burke again, gonna hit the flat to number 4, and we'll get good amount of yards. We'll see if it's a first down. Looks like they'll mark him a bit short.
Great tackle by King Priest, though. Perfect technique, perfect pursuit. Just gotta, the D-line is gonna have to be crucial part of this defense for this Fremont team to succeed because of these smaller corners. That was to get to the quarterback.
That was a great job after the catch by number 4, the tight end Trey Ciaz, on 3rd down. Because where he caught that, he was nowhere near the first down, and he just needed a couple extra yards after he caught it, and he got it.
First down, another handoff. Good spin move there. Still on his feet. It's like
making defenders miss, taking some ankles.
It's a great run there by Woods, and some.
Yeah, flag is thrown on the ground.
Looks like there was some chatter between some of the players. I believe it was the running back, Jordan Woods, who got caught in some talk with the D-line.
So that run picked up 6. It is now 2nd and 4.
I mean, he could have easily been stopped for a 2-yard gain, but he had a nice spin move right there to fight for extra yardage.
Fremont is talking. They're identifying their coverage.
Delay of game on Fremont, or on Sportsmanlike.
They're trying to set a tone in this game. They didn't have a great year last year. They're trying to set a tone.
So first down for the Mustangs. They are marching in this opening drive. Dylan Burke sets the throw. Looks like a screen. It's Jermaine Murray making his man miss, going all the way around the field.
Yeah.
Got a couple blockers in front of him. He's still on his feet, hurdles over him, and is down just before the end zone. What a run there.
That was all Jermaine Missouri.
Yeah.
I mean, he had 3 guys in front of him when he caught the ball, ran across the field. What a catch and run there by Missouri.
Some very interesting open field tackling by Fremont. Not very great. These corners might have to step up on their speed and tackling pursuit.
Now there is a flag. I believe it's on Rod.
This one might be going back.
Possibly
A holding, maybe.
holding or blocking the back.
Looks like it will come back. Is on the Mustangs.
Personal foul.
That's a huge penalty for Rodriguez. I mean, they just got down to the inside the 5-yard line, and now they're at 1st and 25, it looks like, after the penalty. Fremont catches a break.
So it is now
That's huge.
1st and 20. Burke will have to make some magic. Gonna run it himself up the middle. Get a good amount of yards there.
That was a great design play there by Rodriguez. They showed the jet sweep on the first play of the game, and then they showed jet sweep again, and Burke fakes it and takes it up the middle for a QB power play and gets a good amount of yardage to give them a better 2nd down play.
Burke's being a strong quarterback. He may be strong, but he might want to take back on those hits. That was a pretty tough play right there.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Burke is their prized possession at QB. They do not want any damaged goods with him. 2nd and 10. Run up the middle. And will be taken down eventually.
I believe that's a 1st down for Rodriguez after just 2 plays off the 1st and 25.
Yeah, so it is a 1st down, a very easy 1st down despite 1st and 20.
I mean, that was some great blocking up the middle there for Jordan Woods on the inside zone. Perfect execution by the O-line.
Dylan Burke looking. He's got time. He's going to throw it in double coverage and catches it in the back of the end zone. What a play there. Number 0, the other Missouri brother, this time Jamar Missouri. His 1st touchdown of the season.
I mean, call him Odell after that. In double coverage as well, the concentration to be able to even hold on to that ball is insane.
Incredible play. Incredible play. The Fremont DBs are going to be hurting after that one. They might want to reevaluate their life at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Fremont could have easily picked that off. That was a dangerous throw by Burke, but he fit it into a tight window right in the back of the end zone. Turned out good for him.
So for the PAT is number 4, Manciano Sayers. Looks like it is good.
No good.
No. Oh, good. Forgive me. So the extra point is no good. It's just 6-0. This was a problem with Rodriguez last year. Looks like history will be repeating himself, but nonetheless, a very dominant 1st drive for the Mustangs.
Yeah, very solid opening drive for Rodriguez, and it was led by both the Missouri brothers, despite that the screen pass to the first, number 1, Jermaine Missouri, being called back. It was a great run, and then it set up the next 2 plays, and then the touchdown to Jamar Missouri was beautiful.
Something to watch out for is Dylan Burke's decision making, because that touchdown pass was an ill-advised pass, throwing it into double coverage, but luckily it was completed.
So 8 minutes and 48 seconds left in this 1st quarter.
The thing Burke did have on that play, though, was a lot of time in the pocket, which sometimes can cause a quarterback to make a bad decision because he feels too comfortable in the situation.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the adrenaline pumping as much, tries to force it into a tight window, and it gets picked off. So it is definitely something to look out for.
Yeah, and it should be known for the Fremont Tigers. They had a very, what seems to be a very promising player on the D-line, Emmanuel Funches, 6'1", 350 pounds, but is not present in today's game. So a big loss from them is a bit of a squib kick there. We'll see what the Tigers can do with it. Good spin move.
Ooh.
Still on his feet and a very good run there.
Hard hit.
I believe that was number 2, Robert Mitchell III. Great spin move on the return.
He's a smaller guy, but he will make you miss if you don't be careful on the tackle pursuit. He took a hard hit at the end of the play. Looks a little shaken up. He's a little slow, but
So quarterback Henry Reed will look to even up the score or potentially even take the lead.
It's a lot of confetti on the field from Rodriguez.
this student section is amazing so far. They are showing the energy. They are showing the support for their team that has big aspirations for this season.
So ball is on the 32. And I think this first drive will be a very good indicator of what will come for this offense for the Tigers. We'll see if they commit to the run very early on or perhaps try to throw it downfield.
Out in shotgun, split gun. Fumbles the
Fumble
snap.
off rip, and it
first
looks like
play,
it's
wow.
Rod that ends up with the ball. And just like that, they will get all in the very close to the red zone. And just not the start that you want if you're the Tigers.
I mean, it didn't.
Oh my gosh!
It didn't even look like he knew the snap was coming, and then he tries to catch it, tries to hand it off at the same time. Didn't work.
Henry Reed was a little too forced on that one. He needs to pace himself. Granted, it is his first high school game. We'll give him some break, but his coach will let him hear that one.
So the Mustangs offense back out there. Here's Burke, gonna drop back the pass. Gonna throw it downfield, and looks like he's inbounds for another touchdown. This time Jermaine, Missouri. And just like that, 12-0 in the first 4 minutes of the ball game.
That was a beautiful throw there by Dylan Burke. I mean, he did his 3-step drop, did the pump fake to show it like it was throwing a hitch, and then just threw it up for Missouri to get the ball in the end zone for a touchdown.
These Missouri brothers are eating right now. Just like we talked about pre-game, they are taking advantage of the mismatched corners, and it's showing.
Looks like high school football is set to rookie mode for the Missouri brothers. They're starting off their season hot. So whistle blows. It's like bringing out number 54, Jordan Smith.
Yeah, I believe Fremont didn't have 11 players on the field. Or
Offside.
Yeah, offside.
Defense.
You know, I'm surprised Rodriguez doesn't go for 2 more often.
Yeah.
With how tough their kicking situation is
It's
most
very
of the time.
windy. Very windy. Wind is against them right now. High snap.
This time the kick is good, but a flag on the play. Looks like they will decline it.
It's very confusing because the flag was thrown in the middle of the play.
Yeah.
Usually that means it would apply onto the kickoff.
They might just redo the
Yeah,
PAT.
I mean, Rodriguez usually does it. In that situation, you do have the option to do a re-kick, but I mean, they made it,
Yeah.
so they shouldn't.
It was a very rare thing for them last season, so. Some ill-advised errors by both of these teams.
I believe they're calling roughing the kicker on Fremont, so that'll be added onto the kickoff.
So already tons of confetti all over this Rodriguez field.
Tough start for Fremont. They wanted to come out blasting. They were sending some blitzes towards that quarterback, but none of it could get through.
I mean, when you're down 13-0 and you've only had one play on offense, it's not a good look to start the game.
And I mean, given the Mustangs scored a touchdown on their first snap, getting the ball, it's horrible stretch for the Tigers.
Yeah, when we were watching these Fremont players warm up pregame, we saw that their DBs were a lot shorter, and we said Burke can just throw it up to the Missouri brothers on both sides of the ball, or on both sides of the offense.
So, is it because of the flag they're kicking off midfield?
Yeah, it's a 15-yard penalty. They'll move up, so most likely they're going to just try and kick it into the end zone for touchback, or do a little squib and try and get it to stop around inside the 5 like it's a punt.
I would recommend, if I am Rodriguez, I would not punt it to the punt returner, Robert Mitchell III. He's a very shifty, small guy. He can make you miss quick.
Oh, they did onside.
Onside kick, but they will not recover the ball. Looks like it's number 5, Joshua Watan, who ended up recovering that. Still 8 minutes, 26 seconds to go.
If you were Fremont, how would you start off this drive?
I think you just start off with a read option, see what Rodriguez's defense is doing, especially with, the size mismatch that these two teams have with each other. Rodriguez is going to try and blitz on. You really want to see if they're actually going to do that or not.
They're going with split gun again.
Yeah. Henry Reed will take it and will hand it off to the running back, and is tackled for a big loss of yards there. That went nowhere.
That was some great pursuit by number 10, Emil McPeters. I mean, he shot the gap on the defensive line and got right through to disrupt the play. Getting that TFL.
He shot out of a cannon on that play.
I mean, that's one of the biggest things you want to get when you're a D lineman or just a linebacker. Getting that TFL, get it added to your stats.
Especially at the start of the game. You want to start off hot. You want to start off blasting folks. I wonder if Fremont wants to start throwing the ball. Run game isn't so strong right now.
It is 2nd and 12. We'll see what they do here. Ball snaps, Reed. Another handoff. This time, a lot better. Good amount of yards there is number 22. Aaron Lipscomb Jr.
And that was a solid burst of acceleration on the inside zone. And it was good blocking by the offensive line as well. I think
lead blocking. Great
Rodriguez was expecting pass. They were in his drop back zone. Didn't really have any blitzers going through the gaps. Now they have a 3rd and short situation.
Third and 3. We'll see if they could get their first.
Rodriguez bringing the heat.
Spread. Watch for the blitz.
Both linebackers are creeping up. Yep.
Quick pass, and number 22 was not ready for it.
That's a good decision there by Henry Reed. I mean, all-out blitz coming from Rodriguez. You just dump it off to the running back, let him get rack, Get
it out quick against the blitz. He had the right idea. He threw it on the outside shoulder. Maybe he has to throw it a little softer, but right idea, wrong execution.
I mean, Lipscomb just has to be ready for that, especially when, as a running back, you got to know when a blitz is coming, especially if you're pass blocking. Granted, he wasn't pass blocking on that play, but even if you see that, you know you're going to be open right off the bat.
So the Tigers will punt. 6:38 to go.
Jermaine Missouri back to return for Rodriguez, trying to get a second touchdown of the game.
I
Seems
expect
like
a big return. The wind is picking up here.
Punt will go to about the 20, down to the 10, and will be a touchback.
Jermaine Missouri's got to be a little more careful there. I mean, that could have easily bounced and hit his ankle, and then Fremont picks it up and gets the ball back.
Very scary situation for Rodriguez, but it worked in their favor. And Fremont has to come quicker to the ball. They could have got really good field position for the defense at the 1, but not enough hustle and touchback.
Yeah, it was a pretty solid punt by number 10, Anderson Reyes.
So Dylan Burke will come on out. Sting's third drive of the game. First two both resulted in a touchdown. Handoff, first play. This one will go pass all the way for a first down. Looks like he's marked at the 35.
And that's just great downfield blocking by Rodriguez's O-line, and credit to number 4, Meniciano Ciez. I mean, he was playing tight end and he just ran straight forward and hit a DB, set his feet.
Blocking for Marcicias.
Handoff again, Ciez. And again, another big run. Looks like it might be another first down, if not at the 9.
I mean, Marcicias can really do it all. I mean, he's their defensive captain. Had 6 interceptions last year, led the team in tackles. Now he's got 2 10-plus yard runs.
This game is being won in the trenches. As you can see, the O-line is dominating the Fremont D-line, and the Fremont D-line looks tired.
So back-to-back first downs for this Mustangs offense. Again, another handoff. Why not go back to it? And another big run.
This team will go as far as the offensive line takes them.
Rodriguez is just running zone power, 3 straight plays to start the drive, and they're already past midfield.
I was expecting a little more pressure from Fremont tonight, but seems like they're going a lot more zone.
2nd and 1. Here's Burke. Another handoff. No, excuse me. Play action. Number 4. Get a nice slip screen and break through for more yards.
He stiff-armed that Fremont defender out of bounds.
He sent him to Madagascar. Wow.
That's a great run after catch by Ciez on the play action. Good throw by Burke as well. I mean, so far perfect execution from the Mustangs this drive.
Both of the Ciez had a lot of action early on in this game, and they've produced. Looks like this will go nowhere.
Yeah, they tried to do the fake jet sweep QB power again, but Fremont saw it coming, filled the gaps perfectly. Still got a couple yards though.
Great tackling by the D-line. Great contain of the quarterback.
So 2nd and 8.
Identify the mic.
Handoff. Number 3 will almost in and is in for a touchdown. What a run there from number 3, Keelan Highball.
Out of bounds.
I believe he stepped out of bounds right at the 2 or 3 yard line as the ref was calling it.
Might need to see that one again.
Nonetheless, a first down from Highball.
Great run blocking.
Yeah, I mean, that's a perfectly executed jet sweep by the whole Rodriguez offense right there.
It's handed off up the middle. and will go nowhere.
Great tackling by Brian Gonzalez there, meeting him at the line.
Shed the block perfectly as well right off the jump. Ciaz just had nowhere to go right when he got the ball.
Cameron Bowling also there to finish the tackle.
So 2nd and goal. They're going to stuff him inside. A flag is thrown, but he is in for a touchdown. We'll see if it gets called back.
I mean, that's a greatly executed play there by Burke and Ciaz. Just push him in when you're that close.
What is the flag on? Is it a hold?
That's the question.
It is a hold.
Yeah, looks like it will be brought back. I gotta say though, I still like the Mustangs' chances scoring on this drive.
Fremont looks like they don't have enough energy out there. They need to be more fired up.
I mean, it's tough when you only have 23 players. And you're playing a team like Rodriguez, who had a strong year last year.
So Burke drops back and is scanning, and looks like he is in for a touchdown. Is that high ball? No, excuse me. Ciaz again. And just like that, another easy touchdown for the Mustangs. It is now 19-0 in just the first quarter.
I mean, Dylan Burke had all the time in the world on that play to look for a guy open, and he had about 3 receivers that really had 3 yards of space with them. He just found Ciaz in the end zone on the drag right over the middle.
Way too much time.
So now after scoring the touchdown, Ciaz will kick the PAT. Three minutes to go, and
ooh, my goodness.
it's like they tried to fake it. I was looking at the scoreboard. I missed it.
It was a high snap by the center, and they didn't have time to get the kickoff, and he had to take it himself, the holder.
He was blasted on that play.
So now the Mustangs are 1 for 3 on extra points. Probably their one flaw so far in this game.
The crowd is very energetic. The vibes here are immaculate.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want in a first game from your local high school. I mean, especially when, Rodriguez, they're not league winners, but they still are a solid team, but they're looking to win league this year. You want the support of the crowd in almost every game. And they've got the whole stands packed tonight.
Fremont needs to get things going on offense. Try and give this defense a rest. Get a good drive going.
I mean, once they get that first down, I think they'll get some sort of momentum on offense, because they've had first play of a drive, fumble, lose the fumble, and then 3 and out the next drive, and now you're down 19-0.
So Ciaz kick. It's booted to the side. He's caught. This is number 5, still on his feet and a bunch of extra yards. Nice return for number 2, Robert Mitchell.
I wouldn't be surprised if they try and get Robert Mitchell going on offense as well. He looks energetic and gives them a push that they need.
Yeah, I mean, if they were able to drop just a jet sweep for him and get some blocking for him, I mean, he's good running the ball, it looks like, on the returns. Give him some open field and he might make something happen.
I expect Fremont to try and spread the field out, throw the ball downfield.
Fremont looking to get some points on the board. They'll start off with a handoff and will break through. And looks like we'll get a first down though. But there we go. I mean, that could be a start.
Yeah, it's a solid first down play, getting 5-6 yards on a run play. Gives you a lot of options on second down, playbook-wise.
Yeah, great run by Aaron Lipscomb right there. He wanted to take it inside, but he bounces it to the outside and gets the extra yards.
I'm expecting Rodriguez just to stick with that cover 3 look, not blitz here on this play. Maybe if they get a stop here, blitz on third down again, try and get another 3 and out.
Henry Reed fumbles the snap again, but is able to recover it. Now 3rd and 6.
I mean, he just seems a little too jittery when he's catching the snaps. Just got to calm down, relax himself, and he'll be all right.
So it looks like Reed will come off the field.
The connection between quarterback and center is a very important key to the game in any aspect of any football game.
It looks like number 5, Joshua Watan, will come in for him.
Watan is the backup quarterback, but he also is a DB and wide receiver for Fremont.
Give them some extra speed, it looks like.
So now 3rd and 10.
Watan will hand it off, and
goes nowhere.
Will not be enough for a first down. So again, another great defensive outing for the Mustangs.
I mean, if I'm Fremont, it's 3rd and 10. Just put the ball in there.
Yeah.
You know?
They have not tried to throw the ball at all.
I mean, they were running routes pregame. We were watching them. Reed didn't have a bad arm.
The confidence just doesn't look like it's there for Fremont at all in any aspect of the game. And Rodriguez has really flipped this script on what Fremont wanted to do. Rodriguez just came out hot, shooting out of a cannon, and you can see on the scoreboard 19-0.
Just 50 seconds left to go in this first quarter. It has been very lopsided, to say the least. And a bad snap. We'll see what happens. He still's able to kick it, but it does not go far. It will stop at just about the 30.
Reyes got laid out by multiple Mustang players.
Surprised there's no penalty there. That was a big hit. I'm not sure if that was after the punt or before the punt.
It was while he was doing the punt, so I believe he's a live player.
Yeah.
That's why there was no penalty called.
Incredible effort to even get the ball out, because that could have been a disaster.
Yeah.
So Dylan Burke and the Mustangs will start this drive with some great field position.
Look for them to utilize that one-on-one on the outside for Jamar, Missouri. He's got one-on-one with a lot of open grass in front of him. And if they're not running the ball, look for Burke to throw it up to him.
It's like Burke's going to audible, talk to his. So maybe the deep pass is wide open for number 1. And again, another easy touchdown for Jermaine, Missouri.
I mean, they're playing on an arcade.
It's light work for him. Yeah. This is what he does. And against a team like this, you expect him to do it. He does it in more. It is now 25-0
This dude
in
out
just
here
the first
looking
quarter.
like Julio Jones back in the day.
I mean, I wish we had a replay to kind of see. I mean, he was wide open. There was
and
nobody on him.
Burke, I mean, with how much time he's got to throw, it's like he's playing 7-on-7.
He can have a picnic out there on how much time he's got in the pocket.
PAT is good.
2 for 4. 2 for 4.
Fremont's got to put some points on the board just to have some dignity.
Yeah, I mean, 2 for 4 for a PAT is not ideal, but given the chance that you're getting 4 tries in the first quarter, you live with that. I would guess.
Crazier things have happened in football games, but I'm not sure if we're going to see that today.
I mean, they're all on pace for 100 points.
On the Fremont sideline, looks like they're getting number 9? Number 9 throwing the ball. Number 1 also throwing the ball, playing catch. Maybe they want to switch it up as quarterback.
Are they even going to pass the ball, though? That's the question, because they're only running split back inside zone or halfback sweep.
I think you put Henry Reed on a different position. Put him on defense. See what he's got. He's the biggest guy on the field.
If you've got him at D end, it might cause some problems for that O-line, because so far no one's gotten through to get to Burke on those pass plays.
Absolutely.
30 seconds to go in this first quarter. Tigers will get the ball to start the second quarter. Again, still waiting. Kickoff.
So for the second quarter,
I wonder what the holdup is.
Yeah, I don't understand the delay.
The ref down the Tigers end zone hustling.
He's doing the Rick Ross emote.
Yeah.
So the whistle blows. And this ball is finally put in the hands of a Tigers player. He's going to run through to make a good couple of yards. Number 2 again.
Hey, he's been the highlight today for Fremont.
Yes.
Every return he's taken back has been pretty solid.
Get him on the field. I don't understand. He's one of your most explosive players that we've seen. And when he's gotten the opportunity to move the ball, he's moving it on the kickoff return.
I believe that is him now running out into the field.
You have Henry Reed back on quarterback. Hope to get some. Even if you don't win this game, try and get some more confidence in your quarterback, some more connection between your center and your quarterback.
They've got Robert Mitchell now back there in the split back after the good returns.
So some motion. Again, another handoff.
Number 2. There we go.
Ooh, a big hit. Is that number 9?
What a hit by Liam Flores. I mean,
Goodness.
I liked the effort by Robert Mitchell running the ball. He got some good yardage. And then he got laid out by Flores.
Maybe that's why they don't put him on the field. He is a very small guy.
Hey, he's still walking around like he's him, so.
He took that hit. Man, but oh my goodness. He sent that man to the motherland.
So that big hit will be the end of the first quarter. 26-0. It has been a landslide in favor of the home team, the Rodriguez Mustangs. We will be back to start the second quarter in just a couple moments.
If you are interested in a career in sports broadcasting, whether you're commentating a live game
or hosting your own TV show,
or working behind the scenes, then this is the class for you.
For more information, contact Greg Poff, that's me, at solano.edu.
we hope to see you here next semester. And remember,
It's more than just sports, it's an education.
And we are back for the second quarter of Rodriguez versus Fremont, as Rodriguez has a huge lead over the Tigers, 26-0. Second and about 3 after the strong run by Robert Mitchell for Fremont.
And it was an amazing hit by Flores. Oh, man. Like I said earlier, he sent that man to the motherland. What a hit. See if Robert Mitchell gave them the energy they need, though. That was the biggest yardage of the day for them.
I mean, he's been great for them, not only in the run game after that, but also in the return game. He's had some solid return yards. So now 2nd and 3 for Henry Reed in the shotgun with the split back. Motions number 13 and whistle before the play begins.
Looks like a false start on the offense. Let's see. False start, yeah.
So that'll be a 5-yard penalty against Fremont, making it 2nd and about 8 yards now.
And it looks like they were actually going to draw it back to pass for the first time in the game. Some pre-snap penalty.
Yeah, it could have been on number 13, Humberto Ramirez on the motion. Or the pass, one of the linemen I didn't quite see, might have jumped, anticipating it was a pass, trying to get back into pass protection. So now 2nd and 8 for Henry Reed in the split back. Rodriguez showing blitz with the linebackers creeping up.
Sending pressure.
And a handoff up the middle to number 22, Aaron Lipscomb Jr. goes absolutely nowhere as the Rodriguez defensive line sheds through the Tigers' O-line.
The speed out of this D-line and the linebackers is just incredible to watch. They got off the ball quick and in a hurry, met him at the line and actually behind the line of scrimmage and lost 2 yards.
Yeah, it looks like Rodriguez did get a group TFL. So now 3rd and 10 after the 2-yard loss for Fremont. Look forward to a passing situation here for the Tigers as they have yet to pass in this game, but a 3rd and long, you almost have to pass. Henry Reed motions. Number 13, Ramirez. He fumbles the snap and falls on it, getting ready to throw the ball.
That's 3 on the day for Henry Reed. Just has them first game jitters, and it's the 3rd fumbled snap of the day. I think it's a quarterback issue at this point. That was a pretty good snap.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad snap.
I mean, at first, when it first happens, you might just think it's just week 1. It could be some miscommunication, which is what I thought it was the first time. But after so much, you got to start thinking.
And that's now 3 straight 3-and-outs for Fremont. 4 drives, no first down to show for it.
And on the sideline, you got to give your quarterback some motivation. Give him some taps on the shoulder. Tell him, hey, man, you can do it. You can go out there. Put on a show, man. The sideline just has no energy right now.
So now back to punt after number 10, Anderson Reyes, was hurt on the last play. They have number 13, Humberto Ramirez, doing the punt duties, and he punts it to about the 40-yard line. And the Rodriguez player grabbed it. I believe it was number 7, Jamani Elliott, who just grabbed the ball off the bounce, trying to return it.
Interesting play by Jamani Elliott. He did not have to grab that ball. He could have just let it bounce, but he said, you know what? I got my chance to shine. I'm going to try and take it.
So about a 3-yard return by Elliott will set the Mustangs up for a 1st and 10 in enemy territory.
And again, just more great field positioning to start their drives.
Absolutely.
They've started near the red zone almost every single drive outside of their opening one.
So now jet sweep handoff to number 17. And he's got some space to run. And he'll be brought down out of bounds by number 2, Robert Mitchell. That's a great run, though, on the jet sweep by number 17, Samuel Hall. That gets the Mustangs into the red zone.
Every player on this Rodriguez team seems like they just have more will, more strength, and more speed than every Fremont player. And I believe that was Hall's first touch of the game.
Yeah, it looks like Rodriguez is trying to show Fremont that there's levels to this. First and goal from the 10. Handoff on the outside to number 24. But about 1 yard gained on the play.
Great tackle by number 5, Joshua Watan. Having the energy there. That's what Fremont needs. They need energy. They need to come out of the second half. Granted, they have 8 minutes and 40 seconds left to do something.
So after the handoff up the middle to Jordan Wood, Burke runs play action, throws it up into the back of the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Jamar, Missouri. Beautiful throw there by Dylan Burke to set up the Missouri brothers to have a game on the outside for the Mustangs.
I mean, that's a beautiful throw there and just another great catch. I think this is going to show the type of connection they're going to have all season.
Great fade route. Oh, my goodness. That fade route was ran perfectly. The ball was perfectly thrown. Toe tapping on the sideline. Can't ask for nothing more than that.
And once again, a beautiful throw on the outside by Dylan Burke. Having a strong game today with, I believe, 3 touchdowns through the air. Or 4 possibly. I've lost track.
So many points.
Kick is up and it is good for CS. So now the Mustangs are up 33-0 with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the second quarter.
I believe Fremont will have something to prove in these last 8 minutes and 30 seconds. I do think they will get it together eventually. It's still the first game of the season. They're trying to fill things out, but definitely not the start you want to start off with.
Yeah, it's been tough sledding for the Tigers all game long. Ever since the jump, Rodriguez has just dominated the game.
Looks like the center, number 52 on Fremont, Daniel Chavez Valdez, is practicing his snaps with Henry Reed. Trying to get more chemistry. You wish they would do this more in practice so they can be ready for the game, but just got to get out the in-game jitters.
So now set to kick off for Rodriguez is number 4, Trey Ciez. They did have an onside earlier, but looks like he's not set up to do that anymore as they are up by 33-0.
The band is rocking the crowd.
Solid kick from Ciez, and that looks like it'll go into the end zone for a touchback.
That was a boot.
Not returnable for
There's
Mitchell.
a flag. What the flag is on?
I didn't see anything.
It was on the other side of the field where the ball was landing. I wonder if it was unsportsmanlike conduct. They still have not announced what the flag is on. Man, I keep saying it over and over again, but this crowd is really showing up. Really respectable crowd, great energy. And like Drew was saying earlier, they really want to show that they can be the team to beat in this conference.
So penalty looks like it was on Fremont, so it was a 10-yard penalty. They'll start the drive at the 15. So now first down for Henry Reed and the Fremont offense in the split back. We'll see if they can get something going on this drive. Motions the receiver, hands it off on the outside, and he is swarmed.
What a play.
By number 6, the D tackle Malachi Roten. He shot that gap like flash.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. Everybody here kind of knows what play they're going to run. When you spam the same run over and over again, they
easy to
know.
stop.
They know what you guys are going to run.
Yeah, I mean, they've run about 3 different formations, and it's either inside zone or outside zone.
They run a lot of mostly split gun formation, 2 running backs in the backfield, and they're not spreading the ball out at all. They're just doing the same thing over and over again. And we gotta let Henry Reed throw the ball.
So now 4 wide receivers set for Henry Reed on 2nd and long. Brings Mitchell in motion to make it a trips play and throws it out of bounds, looking like it was a screen play for Robert Mitchell, but
looked like some confusion on the play by the receivers. It looked like there was supposed to be some blocking ahead, but there was no blocking. And he just did their smart thing to throw it away.
That was perfect coverage as well by number 10, Emil McPeters. He was on the hip of Robert Mitchell immediately. So now 3rd and long for Fremont.
I would attack the middle of the field if I was Fremont. There's an open middle of the field right in the middle. Throw it inside of the numbers. Let your guys make some plays. Test the safety. He hasn't had any action all game. They're running cover 2. Looks like some man.
So it looks like Fremont will have to pass here. 3rd and long. Henry Reed in the shotgun with 4 wide receivers. And he hands it off up the middle. Ooh. And that goes absolutely nowhere, as once again Malachi Roten is there for the TFL. And that brings us up 4th down for Fremont. We have yet to see a first down from this Tigers offense.
The aggressiveness on this defense is just unmatched. They are hitting everybody with 100%. They look like they're trying to take some heads off tonight.
Yeah, I mean, a big hit by Anton Roten, too, all over that, who looks like kind of has the protective stuff over the helmet.
It's new.
Which is smart.
You never see that in high school.
Yeah.
And they are letting you be able to wear the Guardian caps in the NFL this season. It is optional for players, but a lot of players have opened up and said that they are going to be using them for the extra protection because of how much head and health safety has been an issue these past few years. So the punt bounces across the 45 right to midfield. And a solid 40-yard punt there from number 13, Humberto Martinez.
Yeah, he's kicking against the wind. That was a pretty good kick.
I believe that was actually number 10, Anderson Reyes, back in the game, returning from injury.
Oh, they're talking trash. Number 5 on Rodriguez, talking trash to the punter. Moses Moore trying to set a tempo.
I mean, it's an interesting player to pick.
Yeah. Easiest player to pick, it's a punter.
So now 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from their own 49-yard line. Have a trip set on the shallow side of the field. And they hand it off up the middle to number 3, Kalen Highbaugh. About a 4-yard gain. Some solid downfield blocking there by Rodriguez, as it looked like he could have been stuffed.
Let's show some love to the O-lineman tonight for Rodriguez. They are doing everything for this team. They have not given up any pressures.
So a handoff up the middle once again to Highbaugh. He fights forward for extra yardage after being tripped up by number 5, Joshua Watan.
Andre Powick, number 77, the right tackle, is just blowing everybody up down the field. He is actually their team captain, and he's showing why he got picked.
It's now 3rd and very short for Rodriguez.
They are not like us.
Handoff up the middle again to Highbaugh, and he gets the first down. Just another inside zone run by Rodriguez. Gets them positive yardage.
Another first down. This is just demoralizing for this Fremont crowd and the few people that are actually here tonight. It's a tough game to watch, man. Just got to find some way to bounce back and get some points on the board, man.
So now 1st and 10 for Dylan Burke and the Rodriguez offense. Hands off up the middle once again. This time Casillas, and he nearly runs over a Fremont player. The safety, that is once again Robert Mitchell making the tackle, though. Standing his ground for how small he is.
He just called him a little man. That was a grown man move.
So after the strong run up the middle by Marcy Ciez, Rodriguez has another first down at the 25-yard line now.
If they do decide to pass, I'm looking at Jermaine Missouri. I mean, one-on-one, short corner on him.
Burke indeed drops back to pass, but Fremont brings blitz. He has to roll it to the right. Throws over the head of Jamar Missouri. That's only his 2nd incompleted pass of the game. And I think the ball might have hit that lady in the head. Hopefully she's all right. Gotta watch out, though, if you're on the sideline and recording for the team.
Great pressure by Fremont. They got to the quarterback for the first time in the game. There was actually 3 people in pursuit of the quarterback, but Burke is just too fast, man. He really showcased his speed. He didn't have to showcase it this much tonight.
Yeah, I mean, he's had all the time in the world on almost every single one of his pass plays. So now he fakes the jet sweep and hands it off at the middle to Marcy Ciez. He's fighting for extra yardage, breaking 1 tackle. It takes almost half the Fremont defense to bring him down.
That is a man right there, man amongst boys. He just took their whole team with him.
And that extra yardage was enough to get them the first down. Now inside the red zone are the Mustangs.
Marcy Ciez is just terrorizing this defense, ripping them apart.
So now 1st and 10 for the Mustangs, bringing a receiver in motion, and they hand it off to him. And he'll run that in easily, untouched. That's a Mustangs touchdown for number 17, Samuel Hall.
It's getting ugly.
It's officially a blowout, ladies and gentlemen. As with just over 2 minutes to go in the second quarter, the Mustangs look to take the lead by nearly 40 points, up 39-0 before the PAT.
Yeah, we are going to have some yelling in the car on the way home for Fremont. I'll tell you that. Tough outing for them. It's still the second half, 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go. Bro. Tough.
So now Ciez sets up for the PAT, and it's good. He's 4 for 6 on the day on PATs, making the score 40-0. Mustangs lead against the Tigers. And so far, Rodriguez's offense has been perfectly executed from top to bottom all game.
Yeah, I mean, credit to Coach King. I mean, whenever you watch the Mustangs, they look like they're all on the same page. They know what they're doing. It's some real well-thought, drawn-up plays, and you look at the score, they're rewarded from it.
They look like they love the game of football. They look like they love playing with each other. They look like they're having fun and playing for each other, and it looks like the opposite on the other sideline. I cannot lie.
I mean, this is what you want if you're Rodriguez, to come out first game of the season, be up by this many points. It builds their confidence going into the next few games,
100%.
where you will have tougher matchups most likely.
This is setting the tone for the season, though. Send a message that this is our conference now, and you're just living in it.
Now Ciez getting his kickoff team ready. As Robert Mitchell III is back to return for Fremont, along with the other running back, number 22, Aaron Lipscomb Jr. And CS kicks it towards Lipscomb, and it bounces right to him at about the 3-yard line. He bobbles it, but he will return it. Breaks one tackle, breaks another one. He's got some running room. A great, solid return there by Lipscomb. Breaking a few tackles, taking it to the 20-yard line.
And this is why we love to play and watch football. There was some physical activity on that play. Oh my goodness. Lipscomb fumbling the ball a little bit when he was trying to catch the ball.
Yeah, I mean, for bobbling the ball once he got the kickoff, he got 17 yards off of that.
Yeah.
Broke a few tackles. It was a solid effort there by Lipscomb.
Made something out of nothing.
Starting running back for the Tigers. As you can see, he is in there right now next to Henry Reed, the quarterback for Fremont. And credit to Rodriguez's defense.
They are not allowing an inch.
So now a motion for the receiver. And Henry Reed's pass is nearly intercepted by number 10, Emil McPeters.
You could tell he wanted that. He looks devastated. That ball didn't end
Yeah,
up in
he'll
his
be
hands.
thinking about that one at 12 a.m. listening to Drake.
Could have easily been a pick six, just adding to the score, but instead it's just an incomplete pass towards Henry Reed. So now 2nd and 10 for Fremont. And that was some solid pass coverage there all around by Rodriguez.
And they haven't seen any of that all game, and the DB's just been salivating at the opportunity.
So now a split back formation for Henry Reed. Two receivers to the right, and he hands it off to Lipscomb Jr., and he's got absolutely nowhere to go.
Oh my God.
Swarmed by Rodriguez.
The aggressiveness by Rodriguez is just showing out, getting me fired up.
So after the no gain on the run, 3rd and 10 for for Fremont, excuse me.
I like what they tried to do on 1st and 10 though. Try and throw the ball. I would like them to try and spread the field. Get it downfield. Let Henry Reed throw the ball down the field. Let's see what he got.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Mason. I mean, in a game where you're down 40 at half, just let it rip. Give it a shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and especially when it's 3rd down. I mean,
Yeah.
if it somehow ends up being an interception, what's one interception when you're down by 40-0, you know?
I do understand it. You want to have confidence in your quarterback, but you don't give him any confidence by not letting him make some plays.
So now 3rd and 10, he hands it off to number 4, King Price, and he's brought down almost immediately
What a
after
name.
passing line of scrimmage.
That's an awesome name, King Price.
And that play will bring up halftime as Rodriguez in the first half absolutely dominated every aspect of the game with a 40-0 lead here against Fremont. We will see you guys in the 2nd half. We'll be back.
Hi, my name is Eric Visser. I'm in my 5th year as the athletic director of Solano College. To experience community college and its mission has been an outstanding experience. Solano College has a very rich tradition in intercollegiate athletics dating back to 1947. I'm very proud to communicate that rich tradition is still being continued with fine young men and women that represent Solano College on and off the court. In the fall we have the volleyball program. We have a very successful women's soccer program. We have both men's and women's basketball. And then we transition to 4 programs: baseball, of softball, men's women's tennis, and men's and women's swimming. It is our mission to excel our programs and our student athletes in academics. All of our student athletes are committed to give back to the community. And we would invite you to be a part of Solano College Athletics by visiting our website www.solanoathletics.com, and you feel a warm welcome at Solano.
College just got affordable. Up to 100% of enrollment fees can be reimbursed for first-time college students taking full-time classes. At Solano Community College, we are taking full advantage of this to further your future. With certificate and degree programs in industrial technology, aeronautics, biotechnology, and many others, Solano Community College is a staple for success. For more information, please contact the Financial Aid Office at 707-864-7000.
Welcome to TV 55. In this hands-on class at Solano Community College, you will learn all aspects of television production, how to use high-end cameras, lighting, and audio equipment in the field and right here in the studio. Whether you are looking at making better YouTube videos, educational or promotional segments, or finding your creative passion, enroll today. Get an art school education at the fraction of the cost. Visit us online at solano.edu.
The exponential growth from the program from my first year to my third year now, that's what keeps me coming back and keeps me excited and just like fulfills me as a person.
It's so impressive, and we every time we walk in here, you guys are doing something different. It's great. It's
Nothing but opportunities here, and we have sports to cover, we have the equipment.
Because the more ambitious you are, the more opportunities you'll have.
On-the-job training is huge.
Get the hands-on experience.
When someone asks who can do it, you know, you can raise your hand and say, I can do it, so.
Joining the class was the best decision I ever made.
Stand by, we're going to go to cut one. And cut one. Cross court to Audrey Jones. Audrey for three! It is good! With 1.3 seconds left on the game clock, Audrey Jones with one of the biggest shots.
The sky's the limit, really, with what we can do here.
College just got affordable. Up to 100% of enrollment fees can be reimbursed for first-time college students taking full-time classes. At Solano Community College, we are taking full advantage of this to further your future. With certificate and degree programs in industrial technology, aeronautics, biotechnology, and many others, Solano Community College is a staple for success. For more information, please contact the Financial Aid Office at 707-864-7000.
I stand.
I stand.
I stand. I stand against hate.
I will.
I will.
I will.
I will be an advocate for social justice.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate.
I will support diversity, equity, and inclusion.
В борьбе с расизмом и ненавистью я буду бороться всегда, стискивая кулаки и сглатывая слезы.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate, I will not pretend that racism doesn't exist.
Sa paglaban ng rasismo, hindi ako tatahimik.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate.
In the fight against racism and hate, I will speak my truth.
I will not be silent.
I will prioritize community.
I will be an advocate.
In the fight against racism and hate, I will build community and stand with and for each other.
And if necessary, I am willing to get into good trouble.
En la lucha contra el odio y racismo, yo me solidarizo con mis comunidades.
In the fight against racism and hate.
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 We commit to doing better, to being bolder, and to contributing to a climate where hate is unacceptable and mindfulness and compassion are the norms. We are Solano College.
Hi, I'm Ruth Fuller, and I'm a librarian here at Solano Community College, and I want to welcome you to our new Library and Learning Resources building. This library has been built for you. We have many areas for you to study in, from quiet, silent areas to reservable group study rooms, as well as large tables for you to study and work together. We have a textbook reserve collection that holds the textbooks for most, if not all, of your classes. We have computers for you to use. We have laptops that you can check out and take home. We have calculators for you to use with your math courses. We have bones that you can use with your science courses. You can get further information at www.solano.edu/library. This is our virtual library where all of our virtual library services are available, including chat service with our college librarians. Also on this page, you have access to our article databases for scholarly research, as well as our popular magazine service, where you can actually flip through magazines like Sports Illustrated or Time Magazine. We have our ebook collections, we have our film databases, and many, many other resources for you to use for your school needs as well as for fun. Our librarians and staff are here to help you with all of your research needs.
And we are back for the second half of this Rodriguez High School football game here against the Fremont Tigers, as they will be kicking off to start the second half. They ended the first half with a 40-0 lead, and I believe we will be starting a mercy rule here to finish the game, where we do have a running clock. And in the broadcast booth, we do have a new member with us, a part of the sports broadcasting class at Solano College. Nathaniel Thomas, welcome. What do you think of Rodriguez in that first half?
Well, thank you for the introduction. Rodriguez had a very dominating first half. You could tell, obviously, by the score. They lead 40-0, scoring 6 touchdowns and just absolutely plowing through the defense on every drive. It almost looks like they're getting a little too comfortable out there, and hopefully they can put up more of a fight in terms of Fremont High School. But again, Rodriguez was doing very well in passing and running the ball as well. So we'll see if they can keep up that dominating offense in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan Burke, the quarterback for Rodriguez, has, I believe, 5 touchdowns on the game. It looks like he could take a nap in the backfield when he's dropping back to passes. The O-line has been incredible for Rodriguez. Drew, what can Fremont do to, just trying to get some momentum in the second half, knowing it's a mercy rule?
I mean, entering the second half, you don't go into this game thinking you're going to come back, you're going to win this game. It's not about the big win. It's about just getting some small victories. Just don't fumble a snap. Make some just hustle plays, feel energized, get a first down. So you don't have to go into this game thinking that we got a big deficit, we got to come into this, but just, work on those little small things to help yourself grow. It is just week 1 in a non-conference game. You got all the time in the world. Just have fun.
Yeah, I mean, certainly you have those first game jitters,
Oh, yeah.
but now they don't have to worry about the outcome of the game. They already know what's going to happen at the end. Just go out and play ball.
Yeah.
I completely agree with you. And kicking off for Rodriguez to start the second half is number 4, Manciano Ciez, who had a strong first half at tight end on the offensive end for the Mustangs. And the crowd's still getting into it when it has definitely been a one-sided game.
Yeah, I mean, they know the victory. They know who won this game. They're still here. They're still showing out. Again, all respect to the Mustangs.
Really, the home crowd, it is just a testament to them wanting to carry this momentum into next week. You can see the section number 3 over there blowing off their confetti. They're really into this opener.
Yeah, next week Rodriguez High does play Fairfield High on August 30th. At the same time, 7 o'clock. And Fairfield High was a team in the same league as them last season, but Fairfield High was moved out of the Monticello Empire League. But Rodriguez decided they'd like to stay local, keep the rivalry per se, and play them going forward.
And it is snowing confetti out here all over the place.
So now I believe we will be ready for the kickoff, as Fremont's return team is breaking the huddle on the sideline, and Ciez for Rodriguez is running back to set up the kick. back to return for Fremont is number 2, Robert Mitchell III, who has been the highlight player, I'd say, for the Tigers. He's had a really solid day running the ball. You know, he might not have scored at all or anything, but he's had some solid runs on the return game and on the ground on offense.
Yeah, it's a small pool of players to pick from, but I would agree with you. He is also my player of the game for Fremont.
So the ref blows the whistle, cueing Ciaz ready to kick it off. And a short squib kick returned by number 5 for Fremont. That'll be Joshua Watan for a solid return. It'll now be 1st and 10 for the Tigers as Henry Reed comes back out on offense looking to lead Fremont to at least get a first down in this game.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, it starts here. This is just what you got to do. It's a tough, tall task, especially considering how dominant that Mustangs front line has been. But, you know, you got to put the team on your back.
Yeah, and those small wins that you had mentioned are really crucial also for Fremont as well as they head into next week. Of course, you know, they're coming off of a disappointing season last year. They went 1-9, and now they're trailing 40-0. So they want any small wins that they can get to hopefully pick up some momentum heading into their next game as well.
Yeah, I mean, all it takes is one play. You're absolutely right. So now 1st and 10. Lipscomb goes in motion, but there is a whistle blown. Timeout is called by Fremont. Maybe the coach saw a fumbled snap coming up, possibly.
Yeah. Just a week 1 timeout. Some miscommunication, something they didn't see pre-snap. Gonna have to call those early on in the season.
So I believe the clock only when we're in the mercy rule. I believe the clock only stops on the personal timeouts from the sidelines or an injury timeout. Okay. But other than that, the clock is fully running the whole time, no matter if the player runs out of bounds or anything like that.
So exactly 11 minutes left to go.
Yeah. If you're Rodriguez, if the clock is just going to continue to keep running, do you want to throw the ball, or are you just gonna show your team or your opponent, the Tigers, show them some respect, maybe hand it off a couple times?
I mean, I think the number one thing for Rodriguez to be thinking about when it comes to the end of this game is just the player health. You know, keep them healthy for next week against Fairfield. So now 1st and 10 for Fremont. Reed back in the shotgun, motions Lipscomb. He drops back to pass and he throws it over the middle, and it's nearly intercepted by Liam Flores, the free safety for the Mustangs, but it went right through his hands. He tried to catch it with his chest, which is what you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
But great defensive play by Flores.
Yeah, you could tell he really wanted that one. He was a little frustrated with himself as it slipped out of his hands, but he went all out, left his feet for it, and a good attempt there by Flores.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at this point in the game for the Tigers, I'll take an incomplete pass over a run that just gets stuffed and goes nowhere. So, you know, at least it's a start.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's hard to pass against this Rodriguez defense as they're led by their 2 safeties, Marcy Ciaz and Liam Flores. They command that secondary, and I believe also back at safety is number 4, the other Ciaz brother, Manciano. So now 2nd and 10, handoff up the middle. Looks like that will go to number 22, Aaron Lipscomb Jr. He's gotten a bulk of the carries today on the Fremont offense. So after the 1-yard gain, now 3rd and 9 for the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, again, just nowhere to go up the middle. That Rodriguez D-line just is tight shut. No openings.
This is really a good opportunity for Rodriguez also to practice their fundamentals as well. I mean, Drew, you did mention that Fremont needs to get their fundamentals down. No fumbles, they need clean plays. But Rodriguez as well, they need to play as tight as they can. They can't be complacent now, because if they get too complacent, then that could also bleed into the rest of their season.
Yeah.
It's now 3rd and 9 for Fremont as Reed brings a receiver in motion. He looks to pass. Throws it in the flat to Lipscomb. It's complete, but he's immediately brought down by number 24, Jordan Woods, the middle linebacker for Rodriguez, and that'll bring up 4th down. So once again, another 3 and out. And the Tigers look to punt. Back to punt is Anderson Reyes. And back to receive for Rodriguez, as I believe they have a JV player out there, number 16, Drew Beasley. And they also have number 21, Andre Williams Minor, back to return the punt. Now Reyes with the punt. It's a high kick. Ooh. And it's muffed by Drew Beasley as he got hit hard by number 3, Carlos Ortiz.
That was an absolute hit. I mean, he was just camped under it, and Fremont was ready to attack.
And that is the most energized I've seen this Tigers sideline all night. Didn't even recover the ball, but just a big hit like that will get this team going.
And the fumble was recovered by Jamani Elliott for the Mustangs, and they will keep the ball 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line now for the Mustangs in their first drive of this second half. And bringing in motion, number 17, Samuel Hall, as he did score on that play in the second quarter, but he is stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. And they do still have in Dylan Burke in at quarterback, despite being up 40-0. He drops back to pass and throws a screen to Jermaine Missouri, but he's stuffed. 2 plays in a row. Fremont has stopped anything Rodriguez can do on offense.
Yeah, it looks like that hit a couple plays ago really injected some life into this Fremont team. They seem to have almost woken up, and they're back into it.
Yeah, I think that was the first wide receiver screen of this game that didn't really go anywhere for Rodriguez. Nicely done by the Tigers.
It's now 3rd and 10 for Rodriguez.
But yeah, you could definitely feel how fast this game is moving now. Already past the 6-minute mark. It's 5 minutes, 50 seconds left to go.
It's now a play action pass by Burke, and he tries to dump it off to number 4, Manciano Ciez, but it's just a little high for him and ends up incomplete, bringing up 4th and 10. So a quick 3 and out for Rodriguez. We'll see if they decide to punt or just go for it, just knowing that it's 40-0. But it looks like they will punt as Ciez is dropping back and lining up for the punt.
But yeah, again, nicely done by the Tigers there. That's easily their best defensive possession there. And again, it is 40-0. I'm sure the Mustangs aren't having that same intensity that they had to start off this game, but still, that was great defense. Really what you like to see coming out of this second half.
So now back to punt is Manciano Ciez. And back to return for Fremont is Robert Mitchell III, but doesn't get anywhere near him as the ball stops at about the 45-yard line. So now Fremont will take over.
Yeah, Reed coming back out onto the field. I'm hoping he throws it a couple more times. He did at least attempt it in that first drive coming out of the half. Let's see it again.
This is Henry Reed's first high school football game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of pressure on a young man on a big stage like this. His first Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, especially when you're coming to visit. You're the away team, and it's his first game. He doesn't really know anyone here besides his own teammates as they hand it off to number 2, Robert Mitchell III, and he is stuffed in the backfield. And you can tell he has some first game jitters, especially when you're the starting quarterback for the team. He's got to have a lot of pressure on him, and it's tough when you're also playing a team as good as Rodriguez in a league like they're in.
But this is how you get better at everything. Whenever you play just tougher competition, this is not the first game that he wants to remember, but he will remember it, and it will make him a better player.
Yeah, pressure does make diamonds.
It's very true, Holden.
So after the loss of 5 on the last play, on the handoff to Mitchell III, it will now be 2nd and 15 for Fremont, as we just hit under the 3-minute mark here in the third quarter. So Fremont in a trip set to the right. Reed in the shotgun. Drops back to passing. He's throwing it up to... Looked like it was intended for number 5, Joshua Watan, but he was tightly guarded on the outside by number 7, Jamani Elliott.
Yeah, he had his hands all over him right there. Looked like the Tigers sideline was looking for a PI, but they're not going to get it.
It could have definitely been a holding call, but it's within the first 5 yards that you could do that, and it was within the first 5 yards. But I can see the frustration from Fremont's side, seeing that and being like, "Oh, that should be PI," you know. So now 3rd and 15 for Fremont, as Rodriguez's defense has held them to no first downs at all in today's game so far. Reed in a split back set in the shotgun. Hands it off to Lipscomb Jr., and he's running backwards and brought down way behind the line of scrimmage by Jamani Elliott, who has had a game today. And that'll bring up 4th and very long for Fremont.
Yeah, that's just not a winning formula there. I mean, they weren't able to get any yardage moving forward. It seems like they've just been sort of running sideways, trying to evade the defense. But that's just the pressure of the Rodriguez defense. They're just really choking them out.
Yeah, I mean, they're great at pursuing the ball, and they've been doing that all game.
Yeah, I get it's 3rd down, and you got to make a play to keep your drive going, but I mean, I don't know about running backwards like that, because now you put your team in a bad spot where they could potentially have a bad punt.
As you say that, he muffs the snap, but he does get the punt off. And a solid punt there by Anderson Reyes. Went through the adversity he had in the first half, getting checked on by the medical team, but comes back and gives us a few good punts. So now Rodriguez will take over on offense as we are hitting the end of the third quarter with the running clock. Rodriguez up 40-0. So about only 12 more minutes to go, and it will be a Rodriguez Mustang victory.
Yeah, I mean, still no points on the board for Fremont, but that was their best quarter in my eyes compared to their first half.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like they had more energy, I'd say.
Oh, definitely.
And the defense played a lot better than the first half.
Yeah. I mean, they got to stop. I don't think, did they get a single stop in the first half?
I don't think so.
I don't think they did either. So, that big hit on, was it Drew Beasley? I mean, that got them riled up. That's that energy that we were talking about, who Mason wanted to see earlier in that first half. So, again, no points on the board. But in my eyes, in a game down 40-0, that quarter is a success for Fremont.
Yeah, so small wins, as you mentioned, that they can take into the last quarter. Hopefully, again, they can just get the morale up. That's really all that they're playing for right now. It's just their team spirit, and again, trying to get some experience. Henry Reed in his first game, you know, he is having to face that adversity, that uphill battle, and really just getting those reps in and building the chemistry with his teammates is all the win that Fremont can really pull out of this game right now.
So as we're switching sides here to start the fourth quarter, I'd say the player of the game today was easily either Dylan Burke or one of the Missouri brothers for Rodriguez.
Yeah, I mean, you could really pick any three of them, and it would be rightfully deserved. I mean, the QB is the team captain of every single team, and his throws, Dylan Burke, they were just really on point. I mean, in the end zone, red zone, it was automatic, marching down the field. He did a beautiful job in that first half.
Yeah, he had 4 touchdowns on today's game. Had about 20 yards rushing as well as he carried the ball 3 times.
And, you know, I want to give my props to both of the Missouri brothers. Jamar Missouri had 4 touchdowns in the whole season last year. He's already got 2.
Yeah, he's looking to make a big jump this year, as it is his senior year. Or excuse me, it's his junior year, while his older brother Jamar Missouri is the senior older brother. So now Rodriguez will start the quarter on offense, 1st and 10 after the Fremont punt. And Burke hands it off. I believe that is number 3, Kalen Highbaugh, but there is a flag on the play. That does, or it does not stop the clock. The ref signaled for the clock to stop for some reason, but.
Aren't you ready to go home, ref?
Well, still 11:30 to go in the last quarter.
Yeah.
So it looks like it might have been a holding penalty, and now Rodriguez is half the distance to the goal line. Still first down, though. Dylan Burke in the shotgun. In the backfield with him is Kalen Highbaugh, who just got the handoff. They bring a receiver in motion, and he drops back to pass. He throws a deep throw down the field. Oh, my goodness. What a throw all the way into Metropolis. And that'll cap off today's game, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a highlight reel day for number 1, Jermaine, Missouri, as that was a beautiful throw from the quarterback, number 8, Dylan Burke, for a Mustang touchdown.
I mean, you couldn't ask for a better pass there from Burke, right on the money. I mean, this is what this season's going to look like for Rod. Rodriguez should be very happy that they got some young talent on their team. It's going to be a fun season.
I mean, the synergy between Dylan Burke and Jermaine, Missouri was just absolutely on point. You could tell that was something that they've practiced. It just looked like just absolute perfection from the pass to the catch to the run. Just all around great execution from Rodriguez.
Beautiful throw from Burke and beautiful catch and run from Missouri. Caps off today's game for Rodriguez with the running clock in the 40-0 first half. Now kicking the extra point is Manciano CS. Tough snap, but they do get the hold down, and the kick is up and good.
Well done.
And a flag is called on the field, as I believe there is some extra talking going on between the players after the PAT.
Looks like 77's waving the Tigers goodbye.
So like we were saying, what a day from Dylan Burke. Now he has 5 touchdowns on the day. Jermaine Missouri now has 1 away from matching his season total last year. I mean, what an opening game to the season for Rodriguez.
And I mean, you take this confidence and this chemistry and you just keep bringing it week in, week out. I'm excited for Rodriguez. I mean, we did say earlier in the broadcast they might be able to, you know, maybe get first in this division. It is a tough division. But I like their team. I like their chances.
Yeah, I mean, Rodriguez, since 2020, they're 22-15, and they have 3 winning seasons in a row. So for me, that really indicates that Rodriguez is a program that is building momentum. But despite having 3 winning seasons in a row, they haven't placed above 3rd in the Monticello Empire League. So really what matters is that they are building this momentum, but they win these high-stakes ball games. And right now, again, with this dominating lead, this isn't necessarily turning out to be the high-stakes ball game that we thought the season opener would be. But they do need to capitalize on that later down the stretch.
Yeah, later in the season, they do have a home game against Vanden, which is one of the teams they've struggled to get past in the league standings. That will be a huge game for the Mustangs on their upcoming schedule.
And I know they're checking it on their calendars. They are ready for that game, considering last year they lost in a close game to overtime. I mean, that was their game to win, and they let it slip away from them. So,
I mean, if this is the year that they want to take that win from Vanden, they got to do it this year.
Yeah.
With, seeing how good the team has been today, they could easily be better than last year's team for sure.
Yeah, they just might be. I mean, they did lose the oldest Missouri brother, Jeffrey. But, I mean, clearly they still have a lot of weapons.
So now muffing the return, but picking it up and returning it is number 2, Robert Mitchell III, who has been one of the highlights for Fremont today, but he does get blasted on the return by multiple Rodriguez players. He looks to be all right, though.
Circling back to what you're saying, Drew, I mean, from last year's team, the Rodriguez Mustangs did lose 23 seniors. So there will be some sort of a torch that needs to be passed, but it looks like Dylan Burke is leading the charge here today.
Yeah, Dylan Burke, team captain of that offense and of the whole team, really. Was the starting quarterback last year and had a strong season, but he's looking to capitalize off the momentum of not just this game, but last season, and possibly try and make the first team all-league if he continues to have strong outings like this.
This is definitely in the possibilities.
So now Henry Reed back in the shotgun, motions the running back out to the left, and he almost drops the snap, but he completes it over the middle. And that's the first down for Fremont today. Completion over the middle to Humberto Ramirez. That's a first down for the Tigers.
And that will make you smile. Well done for the Tigers. It's just little victories like that. That was a great pass.
Yeah, I mean, the accuracy from Reed to find a receiver out in the field and complete the first down, the first one of the day that comes here in the fourth quarter. It's a little bit of spark that hopefully Reed can carry into the rest of his season, the first one as a quarterback.
So now after the completion over the middle, 1st and 10 with Reed in the shotgun. Split back set, 2 receivers to the right, and he motions Ramirez. Drops back to pass once again. And he throws it looking to throw it over to number 4, King Price, but he was pressured and made it a little inaccurate, incomplete.
Yeah, that is a tough pass to make when you got 2 Mustangs defenders inches away from your face, so.
So now 2nd and 10 for Fremont after the incomplete pass intended for King Price. Looking to close this game out strong as we just hit under the 5-minute mark of the game. So now shotgun set for Henry Reed. 2 wide receivers out to the right and left. Lipscomb goes in motion out of the backfield. And Reed throws a duck spiral over the middle, incomplete, intended for Humberto Ramirez. And I believe, I don't believe there's a flag, but there was contact with the receiver.
Yeah, they won't call nothing.
I know. I believe they did. The ref is moving up with the ball.
Oh.
Calling pass interference on Rodriguez. That's an automatic first down for Fremont with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the game.
All right, well, here we go, Tigers. Let's get a field goal.
They are in field goal territory. It would be the first attempt of the day, and anything to get on the board.
It's now 1st and 10 for Fremont on the 25-yard line in opponent territory. Henry Reed back in the shotgun, and a flag is thrown, I believe, for false start on the left tackle. Or, no, it's called on Rodriguez. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty, making it 1st and 5 now for Fremont. From the 20-yard line, now officially in the red zone.
All right, here we go. Show me something, Reed.
Receiver in motion from the left. Reed drops back. Hit as he throws, and it's incomplete on the drag route intended for Joshua Watan. It'll now be 2nd and 5.
I mean, it is a clear advantage in Rodriguez's favor in the trenches. Reed has just seconds to get the ball out of his hand before he gets blown up.
It's now just under 2 minutes to play. 2nd and 5 here for the Tigers. And looks like they will call timeout to stop the clock. Trying to score on this last drive before the game ends. You know, get something up on the board. I appreciate what their coach is doing for this small Fremont team.
Anderson Reyes is their kicker.
I mean, he has a strong leg.
Yeah.
He's had good punts all day. And we saw him in warm-ups. He was kicking. He almost made a 35-yard field goal, which is pretty tough considering high school.
I mean, especially in a stadium like this, it wasn't as windy as it is now, but I mean, still, I like their chances. The Rays.
And amazing that almost the whole crowd is still at the game.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, in this Solano area, it's kind of the Vacaville Bulldogs that are the statement team of this area, but I don't know. The Mustangs, they show out game in, game out. It's a tough field playing on.
So now in motion is Ramirez, and they hand off to Lipscomb Jr., and he gets to the outside and gets a first down, it looks like. Yep, that is a first down for Fremont. On the run from Aaron Lipscomb Jr.
I mean, they got a minute 15 to score.
Definitely possible. 1st and 10. Henry Reed in the shotgun. Bring a receiver in motion from the left. And he hands off to Robert Mitchell at 30. He tries to get the edge, but is stopped. Beautiful tackle there from number 21, Andre Williams Minor. And Fremont will use their last timeout to stop the clock at 53 seconds. 2nd and long now for the Tigers.
Yeah, I mean, if they're looking for the field goal, that rush is going to make it a little bit harder for Reyes now. He lost a couple yards there.
And the student section is yelling scoreboard during Fremont's timeout.
It looks like the whole crowd really got the memo. Everyone's in all black. This really is an intimidating field to come on to play to. So no consolation, at least for Fremont. This is a tough game from the start. At least they can head back home next week and really try to regroup themselves.
So now 2nd and long here for Fremont after their timeout. The receiver in motion from the left. Reed drops back, rolls out to his right. He's got space to run. He's going to try it.
Ooh.
And he got smacked by number 15, Antoine Roten, the freshman middle linebacker. So now 30 seconds left in the game. Fremont has time for about one more play. And it looks like they will be kicking the field goal, with Anderson Reyes trying to get some points on the board. Holding for Reyes is number 2, Robert Mitchell III. And snapping, the long snap is number 5, Joshua Watan. Flag on the play. And time is stopped with 5 seconds remaining.
Flag on Rodriguez?
I believe they might have jumped the gun trying to block the field goal. Or no, it was on Fremont. So that'll make the field goal a little longer. It looks like it'll be about a almost a 41-yard field goal. Not much wind right now, though. And it is blocked. And
no.
Being returned by Jamar Missouri to end the game.
I mean, come on. How else would this game end?
I mean, that's got to be demoralizing for Fremont. But still, what a game today from Rodriguez as they take the W 53-0 after ending the game on a blocked field goal touchdown. Drew, what were your thoughts on today's game?
Man, I mean, it's where do you start? I mean, starting with Rodriguez, again, all their offense, I mean, they put up 53 points. Their offense was on it today. Dylan Burke absolutely balled out in his very first game as a senior. I love what I saw from him. And, I mean, his weapons, the Missouri brothers, all the running backs that they brought in, they all did their thing. I was very happy for what they saw. But, you know, this is the expectations from them. This is not something that, you know, that they didn't expect. This is what they expected. This is what they knew they had to do going into this game, and they did it. So, you know, you got to move on to next week with much harder play against Fairfield. We'll see how they go from there, but I like their start to the season.
Yeah, and I mean, Fremont, in due respect, I mean, they did play as well as they possibly could have. I mean, despite it being 53-0, Henry Reed did show flashes of his skill. He had some accurate passes here and there, and really it's just a matter of building that chemistry and working together to solidify themselves as a team.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, especially ending that game in the second half, having a stronger second half despite, you know, they got the blocked field goal at the end, but that's just them trying to get points, you know. But they can't take that as, you know, ending the game on a bad note because they ended the second half really well. But that'll do it for today's game as Rodriguez wins 53-0 after a dominant game against Fremont here at Rodriguez High School. They start off the year 1-0 and look to continue this momentum next week against Fairfield on August 30th. This has been the Solano College Sports Network. My name is Holden Beers, and it's been a pleasure with Nathaniel Thomas in the second half. In the first half, Mason Flores, and all game with Drew Kirby, as always. Take care, everyone.